Hey Fortnite fans, as you can see, we are taking a look at the Magma Legends Squad Mode set consisting of 4 figures. We're going to begin with the accessories. We have a pump shotgun, a drum gun, a tactical shotgun, and a rocket launcher. Next, we're going to move on to the harvesting tools and back bling. Here we have the Molten Strikers. They were part of the Dark Fire bundle and connected to Molten Omen. In fact, we've gotten these once before. As you can see, here's Molten Omen holding the Molten Strikers. Then we have the Burning Blades dual harvesting tools. Next, we have the Feathered Flames, and this is Molten Ragnarok's back bling, and I'm going to take a second. I really like them. I like how the feathering and the colors, they look cool. And then we have the Firestarter back bling, and this belongs to Blaze, and this is pretty cool. It's just a ball of flame, but it's a translucent, kind of a yellowish orange, and so that makes it pretty neat. This is an interesting set of figures because we have a re-release, 2 repaints, and a brand new figure. So let's jump in and we're going to take a look at these pretty quickly. Here we have Blaze. This is the re-release. This one over here was released with the Choppa, and this is the new one. The primary difference is on the feet, this one has figure number 114. So if you're a completist, yeah, that's up to you, but these are the same figures. Now, my figure from this set came out kind of rough. I'll show you what I mean. Over here, she has a nice crack on her left shoulder, and the waist is not centered, and you can't rotate it. I pulled the top portion off already, and it's kind of messed up. So this, unfortunately, is kind of a messed up figure for me, and I haven't really looked at any of the other sets to see if that's the same problem, but unfortunately, mine's a little messed up. Next, we have Molten Ragnarok, and as you can see, it's a pretty significant repaint. There are a few differences in the right and left shoulder pads. They are just a little bit different. In fact, actually, they might be quite a bit different. The rest of the figure, though, is just a repaint. We'll set you off to the side. He still retains the translucent lower beard and horns, so that's pretty cool. I think this is a sweet looking figure. It's got all the same articulations as the original Ragnarok, and it's a standard for Jazwares 4-inch figure, but I think this figure is pretty awesome. The original Ragnarok was one of the main figures that really got me into this line because of the really cool look, the absolute oddity. You don't get these kinds of figures in 4-inch, at least not at the time. So this is a pretty nice figure, and I think he really looks pretty cool, and he's not really messed up. He can rotate his waist. Blaze couldn't rotate her waist. Next, we have Roast Lord, which is mostly a repaint from Rust Lord. The only difference is the scarf. Rust Lord had this kind of large blue scarf. Roast Lord has a shorter orange. Yeah, they're different colors, but it's a shorter scarf. You can see how well you can see Rust Lord's neck there. You can't see Roast Lord's neck at all. And the original Rust Lord, mixing them up, you could actually move the head back and forth. That's difficult. With Roast Lord, you can't move this neck at all. So I kind of wish they would have kept the original piece, the original scarf there, so he could ultimately move the head back and forth, but they didn't do that. He looks really good. I think the colors are pretty cool, and except for him looking like he's got no neck, it's really disappointing. I think it's a pretty nice figure. You can kind of rotate the head back and forth just a little bit, but the rest of him works just fine, and it's kind of nice to see that, I didn't mention over here on Ragnarok. Ragnarok is number 200. He should be special. Roast Lord is figure number 199, and he's got left and right feet, as my original Rust Lord only had 2 left feet. Now we come to the star of the show, Incinerator Kuno, and this is a brand new 4-inch action figure from Jazwares. New character, new sculpting, new everything, and I hope this means that we will get a regular Kuno sometime in the future. But until then, let's look at this figure, which I think she looks on fire, so to speak. Look at this orange hair. She's got some nice coloring, this kind of a purple gray and more orange and black. I mean, she looks good. The one thing I'm going to point out is to be careful. She's got these straps hanging down from the elbows, so when you go and rotate or grab, you may pull those, and these might be a bit fragile. They might rip off if you're not careful. So just be aware. You've got straps on both sides. It's fine design-wise. I mean, it looks cool, but just be careful you don't grab and rip these off. I think she is a pretty good-looking female figure from Jazwares. Jazwares has some hit-or-miss moments with their female figures. Let's stand her next to Blaze, and you can kind of see she's slightly shorter than Blaze. And if we put Molten Ragnarok here, then she is quite a bit shorter than him. So, and let's grab Deadfire. He was pretty recent, and so yep, she's a little bit shorter. If only they would stretch out this little mid-waist lower torso area, and on the female figures, they would look a lot better. I think just raise them up a little bit. But I think Kuno here, Incinerator Kuno, is on the. It has the possibility of being one of the best female figures they've put out, and she's got all the same articulation as all the others, except for whatever reason you can't rotate the waist on these female figures, and I don't know why. It seems like the early days you could, but the later days, more recent days, they've put a stop measure in here, and you can't really rotate that back and forth. I haven't popped her apart to see if that's true. It's just difficult. It wiggles a little bit, but it's pretty difficult. She's got the thigh swivel, the double knee, double elbow joints, and a pivot and a rotation and a hinge at the ankle. So she is great for a lot of different poses, and I think this is a pretty cool figure. I'm excited we got one of these, because that means the future could be bright for a possible Kuno. And here they are, all geared up, and I think they look pretty sweet. I love these wings. I think these wings are really cool, and I just can't get over how cool they look. She looks awesome with the burning blades, and we got Roast Lord over here with the Molten Strikers, and they're a little bit loose in the hand. Yeah, they rotate pretty good, so I don't know if the poles are smaller than the hands. Or it's a nice surprise to have movable things in hands. And then we've got Firestarter on Blaze, and I think they look really pretty good. I'll point out real quick, Ragnarok's feathers tend to jet out away from the figure, so you're looking at a pretty deep figure if you're going to get this figure and display him. That's a pretty good gap there, but he looks good, and you can't really see them from the front, unfortunately. But here we have the Magma Masters Squad Mode set from Jazwares. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.